Right guys, welcome to part 2 of the road trip. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that I'm currently on a road trip, 6 days away, 3 venues, and I've just done 2 days on a 114 acre reservoir. So if you haven't seen that, go and watch that video. But now we've just left that lake and we're driving to Hereford to go to the tackle shop, and then we're going to go check into the campsite where we're going to sort of have as a base for these next 2 days. We're going to sort out our tackle and everything and have some food, and then we're going to head to the river. So we're going to be barbel fishing for the next 2 days. So we're going to do sort of the rest of today into the evening and then all day tomorrow. So this video is going to be all about the barbel fishing and this part of the journey. So stay tuned guys, make sure you subscribe guys, because as I said, this is a 3-part trip and we've got 2 days at Hawcott Lakes, which is going to be the last 48 hours of the session. So stay tuned guys, stick around. So we're going to get to the campsite and then I'll speak to you guys when we're at the river. What follows is a fairly rough account of what turned into one of my most memorable sessions to date. As you can see, I'm rather wet. At times my mental strength and staying power were tested to the limit. And I'm losing the will to live a little bit. Turning around this session. No, we didn't have cider for breakfast, that was last night, celebrating my fish. Hopefully, as you can see guys, we're into another barbel and this feels like a proper one. But then that's the highs and lows of this sport we all love, and what makes us keep getting out in all conditions in pursuit of the ultimate buzz. Well, hello and welcome to part 2 of the road trip. Hopefully you enjoyed part 1 where we're at Bradley's Lake in the Cotswold Water Park. It was absolutely mental, the weather was crazy. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. This is part 2 of a 3-part road trip that I'm doing this year, my 2020 road trip. And on this session we're going to be barbel fishing on the River Wye. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. So we drove from the Cotswold Water Park to Hereford area, and we got to our campsite, which is Luxall campsite. Checked a couple of areas and we've ended up just up the river really from the campsite. Just keeping an eye on my rod here because there's a guy that's just left this swim and he's had 3 barbel I think and quite a few chub, and he said, you know, I should probably jump in when he leaves, so that's exactly what I've done. I've only just cast out and it's the evening, it's 20 past 7, so we are coming into prime time for barbel fishing now. Next couple of hours, so we're going to be doing this evening and then all day tomorrow barbel fishing. So yeah, we've got the rod out. I'm going to obviously keep you posted as things happen, and yeah, hopefully we can get one today, but if not, we've got all day tomorrow to give it our best shot. So stay tuned guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've got part 3 coming up after this as well, and we're going to be running through all the tactics and bait. I'll show you my rig and everything like that. So plenty to come guys, so keep watching and hopefully we'll have a barbel to show you. Right guys, apologies for the lack of filming into darkness there, but it got dark pretty quick and there wasn't a lot happening, so I didn't film anything really, but I'm happy to say I caught a barbel, and it's actually my first ever proper barbel. I've had a couple of small ones in my life, but this is a nice one. There we go. I haven't weighed it yet, but must be around about £6, 6 or 7. I'll get it weighed, but I don't want to keep it out very long, obviously, because it's summer and barbel don't particularly do well out of the water. So I'll get it weighed and put back, and then I'll get back to you with how I caught it. But yeah, happy days. Not a blank. If you follow my channel, you'll know that I've struggled the last couple of years, and we're off the mark, so buzzing with that. Yes. Right, morning guys. Apologies, didn't get any more filming done after that fish last night, but I just wanted to get the rod back out and make the most of that last bit of the day when is a good time for barbel, really. So we're back at the campsite, as you can see, just about to have some breakfast. No, we didn't have cider for breakfast, that was last night. Celebrating my fish last night, hopefully you enjoyed seeing that one. But yeah, we had quite a late night, it was about 1 o'clock in the end, and it's now about 7 o'clock in the morning, so we've only had about 6 hours sleep, but that's not too bad when you're fishing, is it? So yeah, the plan today is have our breakfast, and then we're going to go down the river again and try and find a spot which wasn't fishable yesterday, but the water level's coming down. I don't know if I said yesterday, but the river's quite high at the moment. It's sort of been tanking through, and a lot of the places we checked when we got here weren't fishable really, and we were lucky last night to find a couple of spots where we could actually get down to the river to fish, and I think Matt's plan was to fish the far margin on a lot of these spots, but the flow was just too much, so we ended up fishing down the near side to some sort of overhanging snaggy trees, and that worked, so that's all good. But I think the levels come down a bit overnight now, so hopefully the spots that Matt had in mind will be fishable. We're going to get there now, hopefully no one's in them fishing, and hopefully we can have a good day. So I'm just going to finish my breakfast and then we'll get down the river. Here we are guys, the River Wye, and we're just about to cast in. As you can see, hopefully it's raining, so I've had to put the proper camera away. I'm just on the GoPro, and the river is flowing pretty hard, so my idea is I'm going to aim for that foamy water there, which will be the deepest water, and just go slightly beyond that, so we drop back into it and hopefully we can hold the bottom. It is very wet, so I'm not going to be able to film on the proper camera, I don't think. Hopefully this will clear in a bit. I think this afternoon is forecast to be dry, so I might get some better footage then. Right, fish on guys. Not sure what it is yet. Oh, it's chub, I think. Trying to land it here is a bit treacherous, but I'll do my best. Hopefully you can see that down there. Oh yeah, nice chub. Yeah. Well, a fish is a fish guys, not the target species, but at least I know I can catch something. And that's on the Amino Marine. There you go guys. Nice chub. Must be about £3 or something. There we go, good start. And that was the bait. The Amino Marine from Pure Bait Concepts. So happy days. At least I've caught something. As the weather continued and worsened, the fish kept coming. Simple tactics with a hair-rigged boilie on a size 8 hook cast into the flow seemed to be keeping the bites coming. I really wish I'd had some sort of shelter, and as much as I like catching fish, chub were not what we were after. And the wet weather was starting to test my morale. Right guys, as you can see, I'm rather wet. And I'm losing the will to live a little bit. It's not stopped raining now. Well, stopped for about 10 minutes, and then apart from that, it hasn't stopped raining for 2.5, 3 hours or something. And I haven't got a brolly, so I've just been sat in a waterproof, but they're not particularly waterproof, so I am actually wet to the bone. So what I'm doing now is just having a walk to try and warm up a little bit. The rain is due to stop in the next couple of hours. So we might just have to soldier on until then. If anyone is a barbel fisherman, perhaps you could let me know kind of how would you fish when the river's like this. I mean, I'm not a barbel fisherman, so I don't know the sort of different ways of fishing for barbel. And I don't know, do you just go heavier and heavier leads depending on the flow, or is there a way of casting and sort of setting it up so that it can be fishable in the faster current? I mean, I have managed to get it fishing, but the rod tip's bending right round. It's almost sort of pulling it in the water, and I've got to hold the other end of the rod so it's not getting pulled over. I can't imagine that's particularly the best presentation. So yeah, if anyone is a barbel fisherman, let me know, because this is the 3rd year that I've done a barbel trip as part of my road trip, and I'm sort of not particularly enjoying it, I'll be honest with you, and I'm looking forward to the next part of my road trip, where we're going to a lake again. It's more my cup of tea. You know, we're fishing for carp, and we've booked a couple of days, and I think the weather's going to be nice as well, so I'm going to make the most of that. So yeah, we're going to soldier on. I'm going to try and get warm. I'm just going to have a bit of a walk. There's no point fishing at the moment really. I'm just catching chub, and the barbel are not really feeding in my swim, and Matt's not caught any barbel either, so you know, I'm not missing much really. So I'm just going to get warmed right up. Hopefully the rain will stop soon, and I can talk to you again in a bit with some better news. Finally, no more rain. It's funny how a change in conditions sometimes changes your fortunes. Things were about to get a whole lot better. Yeah, not massive, but it's a barbel, that's what we came for. Well, well happy, guys. This is turning around this session. Gone from being absolutely soaked to catching a little one, and now I've just had this one, which is a slightly nicer one. It's got to be, must be £4, something like that. It stopped raining and we're catching fish, and I think Matt's just had one as well, so we'll go see how he's getting on. Here we are in Matt's swim, and the session is turning around, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, we're getting there.
How big do you reckon that one is?
Probably just less than 5.
Nice. So we've had a bit of a miserable start to the session with all the weather and everything, and now we've both had a fish in the space of 5 minutes, so happy days. Let's hope there's more to come. Nice, let's get it back. Hopefully, as you can see, guys, we're into another barbel, and this feels like a proper one. What I've found is, obviously the flow is putting a big bow in the line, and where the lead's anchored upstream, if you get a take, it's just a big drop back. So obviously the fish picks it up, picks up the lead and dislodges it, gets hooked against the weight of the lead, and it's game on. There you go. Another lovely barbel. Got his fins up, so he's obviously quite annoyed with me at the moment. But yeah, there he is. He's about £4 or so. So well happy. We've had a successful trip. I've had 3 barbel and 5 chub today. So yeah, I don't mind if I don't have any more, to be honest. But I'm going to get the rod back out. Just as it's starting to get dark in an hour or so, and we'll try a look for another one. Well, hopefully you just saw there, I was into another one, and it's another PB. It's £8 this one, so it weighed 9.5 with the net, and the net weighs £1.5. So yesterday I had a PB, my first proper barbel really, of £7, and then I've just had this one of £8, so over the moon. This trip's gone really well. That's 4 barbel today and 5 chub. Now that I've kind of got it sussed and worked out how to get my lead out there and keep it in the flow and everything, it's going nice. I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to get some pictures of this, as it is a PB, and I better get it back quick and get the rod back out, because there's time for more yet. We've still got a bit of light left. Right guys, we're losing the light now, but we've just had yet another barbel. Again, not massive, but a nice fish all the same. It's got to be getting on for £5, that, I don't know. I'm going to weigh it in a minute, and then I'll know for sure. But yeah, happy days. That's 5 barbel and 5 chub now on this session. Crazy how things turn around. I was ready to give up earlier when it was raining. So yeah, get this one back. I'm well happy with that. It's been a good day. Right, well, we're really losing the light now, guys. It's still not fully dark, but I just had another one, so that makes number 6. I weighed that last one and it was actually £6.5, so This one must be a good 5-pounder or something. So that's 6 barbel and 5 chub today, and I'm pretty much ready to pack up, but I might have one last cast before I do. River Wye is showing just how prolific it can actually be, and there's fish number 7, well, barbel number 7, and we had 5 chub as well. So this one is tensing up, as you can see. I better get him back. He's pretty annoyed with me, I think, but yeah, there we go. Barbel number 7. Right guys, hopefully you enjoyed the fairly rough filming of this video. I hope you appreciate it's been quite difficult with the weather, and earlier on we were sort of trying to find somewhere to fish. You know, the first spot we checked, the water was too high. Went to the tackle shop and asked him, and he wasn't very helpful, but then we sort of managed to persuade him and ended up here, and then, you know, the heavens opened and it's just been a really tough day, and then suddenly it just all turned good, and I've ended up with 7 barbel and 5 chub, which is my best ever sort of river session, I would say. Not really done an awful lot of barbel fishing, as you know if you follow my channel. I'm more of a carp angler, but I've had a really brilliant afternoon and evening. Caught my PB 8-pound, and yesterday you saw that 7-pounder as well, and then I've had, you know, a couple of 6s and 5s and some smaller ones as well, and it's just, you know, just shows you that River Wye can be prolific if you get it right. And for me, the key today was working out how to present in that fast flow. I was casting out and sort of feeling the lead down like you do with carp fishing, but that obviously keeps the line tight, and it made the lead sort of drift around, and that momentum sort of let it carry all the way round out of the main flow where I wanted it really. The trick was just cast it out, let it drop with an open bail arm, and then let a load of line pay out so there's a bit of a bow in the line, and then that helps hold the bottom in the flow, and I was managing to present it exactly where I wanted it. And I literally was just fishing a boilie with about 4 or 5 just pinged upstream of it, just so there's a few freebies in there, but I didn't put a lot of bait out at all really. And there's barbel still splashing out there now, but the last fish that I caught actually mangled my rig really, and I'd have to tie a new rig, and it's pretty much dark now, and I think you have to get off at dark on this water. So I'm going to call it a day guys. So hopefully you've enjoyed it, and just to remind you, that is part 2 of the road trip. So we've got part 3 coming up, where we're going to be going to Hawcott Lake, and we're going to be carp fishing again, so a bit more what I'm used to. And if you haven't seen part 1, which was Bradley's Lake, go check that one out as well. Make sure you leave a comment if there's anything you want to say, any tips you want to give me about barbel fishing, because hopefully I'm going to do a bit more in the next few years. And yeah, I'll see you when we get to Hawcott Lakes.